No, Gary, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry,
I
I
am
won't.
tired of this shit. Oh my fucking god.
One of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen.
Thank you. But I think my mouth is too big.
No, it's the right size. For me, that is.
For my penis, or
Oh,
for my penis.
Pretty sure I was thinking he's still a gentleman.
Ah, man. What a fucking day today. I'm sorry, our in-house expert is not going to be here today. He had to go pick up his daughter, so Keith won't be joining us. Last minute stuff. It's always last minute stuff. And I found out, unbeknownst to me, that our other host on the channel is a big James Bond fan and knows a lot of shit. Is our good buddy John, also known as Das Wolfen. And so, Martin, did you invite him? Did you message him?
yes.
Did you call him?
Yes, he hasn't seen it yet.
He hasn't seen this movie?
No, the invite.
Oh, the message.
yeah.
Gotcha. Context. It's always important. So Anima is making fun of like this poster that's in our background. I really do like this poster. It was actually done as different landscape images, several to make up one poster. And the poster they were doing that uses all of them is, of course, this one. Let me go ahead and share it real quick. Present, share screen, and Thunderball, Thunderball. All the posters were supposed to be this one, but oddly, they used this one on the top with him in the rocket pack instead of the one that's our background right now. And I thought that was really strange, even though it is the same artist. The same artist worked all the way up into the 80s, all the way up until Timothy Dalton. He did all the posters. Really good artist. But there are two versions of that poster. And I mean, I can look for it right now and go click for this.
Oh, when I saw the poster and the line, James Bond does it everywhere, I couldn't believe they put that line on a poster back then.
Yeah, it's the sort of almost like it reminds me also of the Superman, the new Superman film. Look Up. You know, that no matter where you look, there's, you know, James Bond. And I'm looking to see if I can find the poster that they used with that one, which I really liked it. The one that's in our background right now. And good God, how many images were there? I didn't look.
15.
No, that's there's Q. Desmond Llewellyn. This is one of those times when the first time that he goes on location. I love that. I love the octopus on this guy because, of course, the octopus is the symbol of Spectre.
And it's on the ring that they are all wearing.
And it is a real rocket pack, by the way. And the reason why Connery wore the helmet was because the stuntman, the only guy trained to fly that rocket
One of two guys.
Jet pack, would not do the scene without doing it with the helmet on. And I don't know about you guys, but this reminds me right here, that thing that he's flying over with the
you want me to share that?
From Skyfall. This reminds me, this image right here reminds me of Skyfall. The outside the gate, you have the two, regal looking stags. And I wonder if that's where they got that from, is from this shot, because it really looks the same. This is also the first movie where you really see an army doing something that's out of the norm, underwater. And it is a direct inspiration for what they would do later with Moonraker. Again, there's Q on location, even though technically this is at the studio, but he's supposed to be on location to do this. That is Connery's stunt double that he beats the shit out of in that opening scene. A scene that makes no sense, but it's fun. This is the first movie to finally establish that every Bond film will have a separate opening from the rest of the movie. And that, of course, this is something that actually happens in the film and in the book when he kills that guy. But I'm looking for that poster. I'm just not finding that poster. So I may need to simply look up the Thunderball poster. This is not the one I'm referring to. It does show the guy, Bond in the rocket pack, and but it's a different painting. The one that's our background right now is actually the one I'm referring to, which was used in the poster. So they did 3 landscape paintings, the same artist, and they were stacked. And basically, Anima loves it that how did they get away with what they said on that poster?
I just couldn't stop laughing when I saw that. And I thought From Russia with Love established that opening scene thing.
No.
That's when they did it the first time.
That is the first time they did it. It didn't establish it as how they were going to do it from that point forward. This film did, where they made up a whole intro scene. And this is also the first film with the cool fucking intro by Maurice Binder. And you'll see that I've got some slides for that. Let's see. Let me go to the media. I will go ahead and go over some of this cool shit. Let's see.
You know, an alternative title for this movie could have been Sped Up, the movie, because they've,
I want you
especially
all to
near
know
the
that
end.
this episode is brought to you by Backdoor Beaver. You're not having
popcorn
good
beaver.
popcorn until you have Backdoor Popcorn Beaver. I'm telling you, man. I love that movie. I watched it last night, and I'm going to try to get Anima to watch it with me. So anyway, the movie opens. This is the first time Sean Connery posed. That's actually Sean Connery, not his stunt double. Hey, Vic. This is, of course, the first opening titles done by Maurice Binder. He did something completely different from the previous 2 films, which started with From Russia with Love and then Goldfinger, which was projected images on women's bodies. This time he did these cool fucking visual motifs with silhouetted women. And the women were nude, but sometimes they were made to wear skin things over their pubis area and over their nipples, so that those things didn't stick out and weren't obvious. Because this is the 60s and girls did have bush. Not George Bush, but Bush.
Yeah, also would make it hard to match, pun intended.
All the puns are intended on this fucking show. That image you see right now is the stripper that was hired for the film. She is not an actress. She was somebody that was hired to do fan dancing and shit like that. She did a photo shoot for this fucking movie that makes no sense. She's in a bikini because she's not in the film later, just this scene. That's like, I have suspected that there were shenanigans going on behind the scenes involving somebody that's an executive producer on this film. And her name is Mitsuko. And she is, like I said, she is a professional stripper. I want to point out that is not Sean Connery's stunt double. That is an actual woman in that shot during the funeral. And it's the same woman because you can see her clearly through the fucking veil when she gets into the car. But when the fight begins and he knocks the shit out of her, that's a man.
It's
and
based on Austin Powers was
it
making fun of.
There you go. The first Austin Powers film is a huge homage and parody of this movie. So many things are in there from this movie, little gags here and there. So if you go back, watch this movie and then go watch the first Austin Powers movie, you will see all those gags. And that's it right now. I'll show some more slides as we go along. But right when we get to certain scenes in the movie, I will pop up with some more slides I took. I will show you one little clip because I swear to God, with no audio, I would swear that the gag in this scene is that they're basically fucking Bond to death. Oh, it wouldn't let me upload it. So, okay, let me do this first. This is Anima's. She's what you would call really good at being a continuity editor. She would spot everything. So this is a silent clip of Bond coming up out of the water, crossing a road, going downstairs, and suddenly his shorts are dry.
I had to go back and watch that scene again. It was just too goofy.
Because he's wet going down the stairs,
It's
turns
beginning
the corner,
to dry.
comes out, and it is
Boom.
dry.
Instant drying swimming shorts.
And this is where I ask the question: just how straight is Anima that you've got that fucking chest and abdomen going on, and she notices the shorts?
They're
I
Q
can't look at
brand
his
shorts.
chest. I cannot look at his chest. Too many hairs. Too much hair.
Yeah.
Too much hair. He is a hairy. He's like Robin Williams when it comes to chest hair.
I think Williams is even worse.
Oh, Williams is a gorilla.
Yeah.
He's like Burt Reynolds, but a little less.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds is another hairy motherfucker.
Yep.
But let me get back to this because I want to show this because it's fucking funny. I really did enjoy the crap out of this scene because I'm watching it going, there's no fucking way they aren't aware of the fact that it looks like Bond is being fucked to death here.
Apparently,
All
the
right.
Secret Service has fast drying shorts.
It's crazy. Hey, special fast drying Secret Service shorts. There you go, Sandra.
You're onto something.
On to something. So here we go.
Like, why does it even go so high? It makes no sense.
Hoping it doesn't. But from that first angle, I swear to God, it looks like he's getting nailed into keister.
It probably was intentionally because it's like we need to apply things subconsciously. All right, have him rail around the machine. Sean, just imagine you're buggering a chick. What?
Like buggering. Oh, I'm off. You got my attention.
He actually says something like that when he gets off of that contraption.
You think this is around the point where you're starting to get sick of it? Because I remember what was it like? The press were just starting to call him James Bond, and when he was having a kid, the press was starting from him as like, "Oh, James Bond Jr.'s on the way."
But he was getting sick of all of the press stuff that's going on. So while they were filming in Nassau, he only agreed to one interview, and that was the Playboy. He wouldn't do anything else. So he was beginning to get bothered by that attention that he was getting.
By the way, Sean Connery's son Jason did play Ian Fleming.
What, the Ministry of Angelic Warfare movie, or
No, there was a film called Spy Maker.
Yep.
Where Jason Connery, Sean's son, played him. He also played Robin Hood in the BBC TV series back in the 80s. If you've never seen that, go check it out. You can see Sean Connery's son doing some acting. He still did stuff, but his career just never flourished. And he's not the only member of the family. Sean Connery's brother did some acting. He's in one of the Bond films. In I can't remember which one either.
Yeah, he's in like a Bond parody film too.
I would be surprised.
I'm blanking on the name of it right now.
John technically was too.
Yeah.
A little film called Never Say Never Again, which was
basically a remake of this.
A remake of this film. They had to make a 20% difference because Mark McClory had rights to the film, not the book, the film. And so therefore he wanted a remake, and he tried to get as many people involved with the Bond films, including he went after Terence Young to direct it, but he didn't get him. He got one of my favorite directors, Irvin Kershner, to direct it. And I got to tell you, I like the film, but the special edition of that film that's a fan edit where they went in and put in music from, I think there's music from John Barry, And I think Marvin Hamlish's music is used in one scene.
No, was that the one where, like, because he had tried to do Bond before, he had actually broke the story with some scriptwriters, but then did a book, copyrighted it, and then was like got sued over that because they're going like, "Hey, we came with the story together. What are you doing, Ian?"
It's just really weird because Mark McClory was already causing trouble by the time they made this movie. He was a problem child, and that's why you see Cubby Broccoli and Harry Saltzman relegated to executive producer instead of this being their film. And it's all because of Mark McClory. Mark McClory is in the movie.
Rights are so freaking weird.
He's sitting in a chair smoking a cigar, and the camera moves by him. And so he's in the movie too. And he's listed as a producer on this film. So it was a problem film. It really was. And McClory was kind of a fucking turd. And in reality, when you look at it, he didn't create Spectre. Ian Fleming did. He wrote about Spectre way before that. And I'm not sure if he even can say that he created Blofeld either.
No, I haven't. I'm starting to. I got a couple of the books. I'm going to start reading them soon.
Both of them are mentioned earlier, right? Before McClory got involved.
Well, no, but was it Smerch? It's the Russian organization. Yeah, that is the big rival in them. But by the time it got to like where they were actually doing the movies, he's going, okay, the Soviet Union isn't that big of a threat.
From Russia with Love, they don't mention Smersh so much as they say the MGB, which is clearly the KGB, but Smersh is the KGB in the Bond universe. And,
so they replaced Smersh with Spectre for a lot of the ones they adapt after, which is why Smersh is only like in the second movie, and Spectre's just in almost every Bond movie.
And Spectre is not Smersh or the MGB. It is its own entity. They actually use former KGB, MGB, and Smersh agents, which is what we find out in the movie From Russia with Love. They're a separate organization out to basically start World War III. And it's really
cool. They also have Yahtzees in Spectre.
Yeah.
Right?
So
yeah.
I haven't said hi to everybody. I want to say hi to everybody. So Read by Nature is here. Gambit is here. Sandra Hammerschlag. Victor Ugbadaga. I'll just call you Vic. Some guy named BRB. Then somebody named Words and Pictures.
That is a person, Gary.
Somebody named Back. Bill Barkley. Pop, and I'm sort of making fun of myself here because how many times have one of you guys wrote a message in the fucking private chat and I read it as the fucking name?
Yeah, but there are some pictures in the person in chat. So
yeah, right. So of course, my buddy from Scotland, Bill Barkley, is here today, and Papa Gas, Goss. I'm sorry, not Gas. You should change that to Papa Gas. I love that name, Papa Gas, man. Nobody farts like me. Pull my finger. I dare you. A double dog dare you. Anyway, Blofeld is Polish.
Oh, okay.
Is he? I don't know. Is the character supposed to be Polish? I'm here to keep the Scottish end up.
Of course you are, mate. Of course you are.
By the way, I watched Michael Caine start, like, he was doing impressions of other people. And then he made fun of people doing an impression of him. So he did an impression of their impression of him. It was funny. And then the interviewer said, and it might have been David Frost, I don't know, asked him, can you do impressions? Well, yeah. And so he asked him, can you do Sean Connery? He goes, well, yeah, he's like my best mate. So he does it. And he actually, like, I don't think it sounds like Connery, but he does kind of a Scottish accent. And I was like, oh, look at you. And he says, well, I was repertory, so I can do a lot of different accents. And he said, well, what impression do you think you do the best? And he says, Dudley Moore. And then he did it. It was really fucking good. It was fucking funny. He's doing it. Dudley Moore sounding like he's drunk. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, by the way, do you know where Michael Caine's name comes from?
Yes. Your cocaine. We know.
No.
Well, first of all, no, he is from Vienna.
He's
a
Austrian,
Wiener, just
yes.
like the woman I love most on this planet is a Wiener too. She's a big old Wiener. And
Fuck
I will
off.
tell you, I
Nothing-
think that
nothing about me is big, Gary. To begin
No.
with.
she's a great lover of Wieners.
Kane's not his name. I forget his original last name, but Kane Mutiny, because he had to come up with another name. So that was playing in theaters at the time. He was like, Kane, that's a good name.
Explain why. Explain why he had to change his name.
Because there was already another actor who had his name.
Had a name because he went by Michael White, because his name is Michael White. So he went by Michael White, taking his last name and making it two names, Michael White. And they said, we already have a Michael White that's on the registry. So you need to pick another name. And the most popular film, he's a big Bogart fan. And just like he said, the most popular film at that point that it was airing in London, on screens, was The Kane Mutiny. So he goes, Michael Caine. And I love that. You had 80% of the story, and I wanted to throw in that additional 20%. And it was because of the fact that if you want to get fucking paid, this lady told him, we need a name right now. And so he did. He gave her a name. And that's it stuck, man. And I think it's a great fucking name. Christoph Waltz is not Polish Bill. He is Viennese. Gambit says, for instance, the theme tune from Dr. No 1962 is heard at the end instead of the quasi-related track called In Titles. I do want to point out that it was sort of a last-minute decision for the movie to have Tom Jones' song Thunderball. Because it's not even, I would not call that, I love Tom Jones. He's like one of my favorite singers of all time. Not one of my favorite songs. It was recorded and written last minute. The original song that was supposed to open this film is used at the end of the movie, called Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, sang by Shirley Bassey, who does not know how to sing subtly, which is my problem with it. Beautiful voice.
Mine too.
But she always sings like she's belting it out all the time. There's no soft moments. But anyway, she gets out of the car here. And Connery fucking punches her right in the fucking face. I love this scene.
By the way, Gary's real name is Dick Richardson.
No. Gary is real. For real. Gary is, in fact, a Smurf, and his name is Burpee.
Burpee. So my name, if you guys really want to know, my full name is Gary Richard Patrick Cassell.
So he is a dick.
What is this? I remember that Jason Connery was in the biopic. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Spy Maker. That's the one I brought up, Wallace. Good one. By the way, I don't know your name, so are you new to the channel? If you are, welcome.
Yes.
Hope you enjoy. We have fun talking about movies that we love.
He's one of Steven's.
There are a lot of channels. There are a lot of channels out there that like to just get into the negative. And I wanted to take us in a new direction where we talk about great stuff. And again, there's that shot I was talking about with the stag that looks exactly like the stag at the front of Skyfall, the mansion where he grew up.
Yeah, this is also where they've just embraced the absurdities with these movies because it's, first two are relatively realistic, like the gadgets and everything are relatively believable. This is literally, he has that metal sheet in the back of his car just for that exact purpose.
By the way, I corrected somebody at a party once that said they didn't get a black singer to do a song for Bond until Timothy Dalton. I said, Shirley Bassey is black. And they went, what? I went, she's fucking black, dude. What are you talking about? She's just an operatic singer. She sings loud and bold. Again, this is the first intro done by Maurice Binder. And again, this is the film that made it concrete that it'll open with a scene, go into these opening titles, and then the movie goes in another direction. Get Smart. Yep. North by Northwest. That's right. He's in that movie. Yeah. This movie also does an homage to Alfred Hitchcock again. Because Cubby Broccoli and Saltzman both love Hitchcock and they wanted him to direct the Bond film. And it just never happened. Well, technically, a lot of fucking people are mixed race, Vic, if you just want to be technical about it.
Yep.
But she identified as a person of color because she was black. Kevin McClory, there you go. Fucking Kevin McClory.
I was more surprised that because Steven Spielberg really wanted to direct a Bond movie, but never was given the opportunity because he's an American.
Right. By the way, Dionne Warwick's version of that song is my favorite. I prefer her version over Shirley Bassett's. This is a great scene that establishes that even the police know who he is. This gendarme says, "You cannot park there." And, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Largo. You go right ahead. I will fuck off now." But yes, Gambit, I love her version of that song, buddy. I preferred Sean Connery, Roger Moore, and George Lazenby as James Bond. As a child, I loved Roger Moore. But my preferences are number one, Sean Connery, number two, Timothy Dalton.
Your preferences are fluid. Is what you're saying?
Preferences are fluid, yeah. Wallace, full thumbnail with the silver Aston Martin DB5. Look, man, that's a great car. And I want to put it out there right now. Did you get this, Martin? Because I want to pause this. If you want to watch great breakdowns of the James Bond films that talk about not only the films, but the books, you need to go to my friend Paul Tweddle's channel, Heavy Spoilers. Heavy Spoilers is one of the single best sites out there for a lot of information about films and TV shows. Paul and I have been friends for a long time. We're going to try to get him on this month. We've been talking. He's so fucking busy. I mean, this guy's worth a lot of money now. His channel's that popular. But this is the channel, and this is one of his videos. His Bond videos are normally about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and they're worth every minute. I play them at 1.6 speed because I can understand anything Paul says. I understand thick English accents, including East End, and I can play them fast because I lived over there and I can pick up what they're saying.
Look who's here in chat.
I sent you an invite.
Get on the show. What are you doing, John? Jesus Christ. I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
You need to be here.
Let's see.
Yeah.
My order would be Connery, Brosnan, Dalton, and then Moore for my favorite Bonds.
Did you share the link in the chat?
No.
I asked you to. That's why I gave it to you.
I know.
So again, everybody, please, if you are not subscribed to Heavy Spoilers, go check that channel out. It is one of the best websites, YouTube channels for movie information and trivia. And if you love really bad dad jokes, Paul's your guy.
Yeah.
Nobody
Definitely.
can kill a dad joke better than Paul Tweddle. And by the way, he gets a lot of his suits from the same guys who make the Bond. That's how much money he's making now. He can afford buying suits from the tailor that made all the Bond suits.
He kills Dead better. He kills Dead better than the Menendez brothers.
Yep. By the way, this is where the scene that's in the first Austin Powers gets its scene from, where they're around the table and Mustafa gets killed, played by what's his name? Little baby Jesus. Will Ferrell. Thank you, man. And Connery really did. He felt really used by Cubby Broccoli and Saltzman at Eon Productions.
Well, they probably figure that, oh, hey, this made you a big star. You have all our success owed to us, so we can do whatever we want.
That's right. And by the way, this comes to one of my favorite gags in Austin Powers, and I'm going to play 3 clips from this. So here you go.
Who does number 2 work for?
There you go. Number 2 is Largo. And then there's...
Right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
I think that's one of the funniest things Tom Arnold ever did. And this one.
That sounds pretty nasty. How about a courtesy flush over there?
I still remember so many jokes from that movie, especially they're always after me, Lucky Charms. Why is everyone laughing when I say that?
Yeah. Okay, this leads to a real mystery that never gets answered in the movie. And it fucking annoys me. He puts his hat up on the hat rack with Moneypenny. And then when he goes into the meeting with M, he comes back out. His hat is gone. He notices it's gone. And he goes, I thought I brought a hat. Where did his... That's not the only mystery in this film. There are 2 mysteries in this movie that never get answered. That's one. Where did his fucking hat go? Why is it missing? 2 comes from the end of the film where he hands the German a life ring and throws him into the water, the nuclear scientist, throws him into water, and then we never see him get rescued. Did he get eaten by sharks? What the fuck happened to him?
Well, I watched a lot of interviews and stuff, and they mentioned in one of the interviews that it's in the script that he gets rescued off screen because they could only have the couple in there. I'm like, that's so stupid. By whom? It makes no sense.
This is a cringy moment because it's not like the other times when he goes for a woman. This woman clearly has said no to him.
She's also on the job.
And on the job, and he pushes it. And that always bothered me.
There's a couple iffy ones in the Bond series. I remember one where, like, there's a fortune teller, and he changed it to where the card said love, so he tricked the woman into believing that he was the love of her life.
Yep. Now, this is the scene where they try to fuck him to death, and this is my question. Okay. Who, Bill Cosby, makes a machine that's supposed to relax your fucking body have a dial that goes that fucking high? Like, who makes a machine like that?
And look how big the red area is.
And I get it. They because like they do these things in film where they show people going into a steam machine, and that thing goes up so high that it can cook you to death. I ask you again, who would make a machine do that? No, they're not made to do that. This machine is insane, as is the steam machine that he kills that dude with. I also want to point out that this is the wall clock, and it is also Goldfinger's
He doesn't
clock.
kill the dude, Gary. He doesn't kill the dude.
He died.
The car that gets blown. No, he's the guy in the car that gets blown up.
Oh, well, they fucking show that and then
he's still
somebody's
going
dead.
for me. No, according to the books, he suffers third-degree burns. But in this, it seems like they are pranking
I think he's
each
dead
other.
in the movie.
No, I think he's the
But
dude
either
in the
way,
car that gets blown up.
I wonder,
again,
does
the design of this. Why does his wrist need to be strapped down if he's got bike grips to hold on to? This is a bizarre machine.
It is.
That should have been used by the enemy, not as a fucking relaxation device. Exactly, masochist. Acme Company. There you go. There you go.
By the way,
no, it's
we have
not
two
by
people
the
in
Acme
chat that need
Company.
their videos.
It
What?
actually works. Thus, it's not by Acme.
Right. What Anima?
We have 2 people in chat that need their videos. We have Tim and we have Zax.
Yes.
All right, get to it. Do it quickly.
I'll take the time that I want. So,
Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
and what happened?
I don't know. I'm waiting.
By what name are you known? There are some who call me Tim.
There you go. Oh no, Sander, not yet.
We're not even halfway through.
And again, I got to show this video clip because of this scene. And it's only because she was afraid to lose her job that she lets him fuck her. So I'm just saying that's really kind of skeevy. But
Yeah,
again,
it's not Bond-like.
this machine looks like it's trying to fuck Bond to death. You know, I almost get the idea that it's a milking table.
Okay.
You always put those lovely images in our minds.
Yeah, he's good.
Only
at that.
people who know what that means. Anima has no idea what that is.
Gary, you have a
I don't want
filthy
to
mind.
know. I really don't want to know. So the physical therapist is one of 3 people who were dubbed in this movie. And at least one makes no sense, and that's Domino, because I've heard her English and it's really good. I don't know why they felt the need to dub her.
And I think it's insulting to the actors to do that
Yeah,
without their
but
permission.
they have a history of doing that. And with some, it makes sense. Like the dude playing Lagos, he had a thick Sicilian accent, and they didn't want that. So that I understand, but she sounds just fine.
Yeah, this channel is talking about funny accents.
And by the way, in the movie Dr. No, there is a black actor who plays a Jamaican in it. Quizell, I think it was in Quizell. Later on with Roger Moore in, I think, Dr. No, you meet another guy with that name, but he's Quizell Jr. And it's played by a different actor, but he looks a lot like the actor who played Quizell in the first film. I turn off my chat, so hold on, let me go look.
Oh, if that is the one with the eyebrow piercing, I saw that and I was like, what are you doing to Star Trek?
Oh, are you talking about the Spanish Inquisition? Is that what you're talking about? Because he sent me a great image of the Spanish Inquisition. Then I sent him an animated GIF. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Seriously,
Yeah,
how
pretty
is
funny, man.
Spectre even a clandestine organization when they have their logo everywhere?
Yeah, they got the fucking ring on.
Yeah, and it's big. Like these rings are huge.
Not even a discreet ring.
Yeah,
No,
I imagine there'd be like a
ridiculous.
Spectre coffee cup. And they're just drinking from it, from their Spectre hat. It's like, how do I identify the Spectre agents? I don't know.
Send it to me again, Tim.
Bond a secret agent when everybody always knows who he is.
Yeah, that's another one I love. He almost never has a fake identity. He's just always James Bond.
Yeah, a lot of people came up with this theory that Bond is a code name. It's like, no, we learned in the books and in the film, it's his fucking given name.
It's 007, that's the code name.
That's the code name.
Yeah.
And actually, this is the only Bond movie where we get to see all the 00s, although they go to make sure you don't see their faces, really.
Because
see
they
enough,
are
though, to
better
see that
spies than him.
One of them is female, actually. That's being woke in the 60s.
Yeah, he's less a spy and more of an operative because he's an operator. He's licensed to kill. Oh,
I
that
thought that was the
image.
point of Double O, was that they were all licensed to kill, and they were like the people that they let do whatever they want because they could trust them to exercise that authority.
By the way, I haven't told all you guys yet. I have now officially been bit 3 times by a recluse. Not the same recluse, it's a different one each time. I killed the first 2. This one, it got away. And it got me right here. And I just finished yesterday my wide spectrum antibiotics to avoid it getting infected. Because I don't seem to react to the toxin the way most people do, where it attacks your T cells and makes your skin, your own antibodies destroy healthy tissue.
No, I just thought that as soon as the poison starts interacting with your body, it goes, ew, it starts leaving.
Oh, that's cool.
I am terrified of recluse spiders.
Yes, I was bit by Howard Hughes.
No, the ones I worry about are black widows. Those are nasty.
That's a neurotoxin, and they tend to only kill small children and the elderly. But what they cause is severe cramping, painful cramping. What recluses do is their venom lies to your body and says that healthy tissue is the enemy, and it causes your own body to attack healthy tissue, and it begins rotting away, and you get gangrene basically. And necrotic tissue happens but you get a big plug. I remember I had to treat a sergeant when I was in the Army when he got bit in the fucking neck right here, right behind the sternocleidomastoid muscle right here. I'm trying to show you right here. And a plug the size of my fucking end of my finger here, my pinky, came out of his neck.
Ugh.
And boy, oh boy, I packed that thing and sent him off. You need to go to the hospital now. We had a helicopter pick him up, medevac him out. It depends on the scorpion. Like the North African scorpions are pretty fucking dangerous. We have a South
weird
that can kill you too, but like I have a friend that got hit by one of the ones in Arizona. The little tiny guys too. No, they pack a wallop, and they hit like black widows. It hits your nervous system and muscles. And she was in the shower, and she had neuropathy from diabetes, and she got hit by the scorpion in the bathtub while taking a shower, and ended up in the ER. And when she got done, her neuropathy was gone. It cured her neuropathy.
I still think you should try that, Gary.
No, thank you.
Coward.
I've never been stung by a scorpion, and I've avoided it my entire life because those things freak me out. To this day, I still shake my shoes out in the morning before I put them on.
Yeah, some way to cure your disease. You just have to almost die.
So I'm going to share this now. Oh, it won't let me. So never mind, I can't. Fuck.
Why doesn't it let you? You shared stuff before.
Another thing with this movie, this is the plot for Austin Powers. Let's just hijack a bunch of nuclear weapons and hold the world hostage.
Austin Power is this movie, basically.
Yep. Though they do ask for a lot more than $1 million.
Yes.
Yeah, what it is in this film, they use the Avro Vulcan in this movie, and I'm going to have, I guess they're not going to let me share this, so I'm going to have to save these. It is a really cool jet-powered tailless Delta Wing high-altitude strategic bomber, and it's in the film. So what I'm going to do is I've got a few photos here from Tim, and I probably won't show them all. I'm trying to look to see the ones I want to share. I don't want to share that one. That's a cool picture. Save image. So I will upload them. There's a cool shot of it. Save image.
It is a good looking
All right. It really is. Media. Let me try to upload these again, see if it'll let me do it. I'm telling you, man, fucking StreamYard fucking doesn't like me today. Will it upload? Will it? Will it? Yes, it did. Okay, here we go. This is the plane. And Tim took these photos in our chat. Everybody, check these out. Really cool. He got up into the cockpit. He said cockpit.
Real mature.
And this is the communications desk / navigation. It sits behind a pilot, co-pilot. And this is a really good shot from the pilot's position. I know what 4 of those dials are for, and I don't know what any of the other ones are for. And there it is, crashing into the ocean, sinking. Derek Meddings, one of the great miniature effects guys going, worked on a lot of the Jerry Anderson shows, including UFO in Space 1999. He also worked on 2 of my favorites, Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet. Thanks for sending those, Tim. I appreciate it, man. Once again, here's a really cool shot. And is that... I don't know what that car is there in the background. Nor do I know what this one is in the foreground. I don't know what those are. I like Largo's yacht in this, that it splits apart.
I like the mini soup.
By the way, Sean Connery wasn't the only one who got pissed about the shark situation. His stuntman did too.
The sharks are kind of funny in this movie because you can tell that they kind of don't really give 2 shits, but they pull all these tricks to make them look like they're ravaging people.
Well, I'm going to tell you, they actually had to kill one. And it's on camera. And it got aggressive while they were shooting. And they tried to keep them at bay by shooting at low tide. They didn't want to shoot at high tide because that's when it's the most dangerous, because they could come at you from different angles. With low tide, they were able to control. They could only come at you. They couldn't come up from beneath or above you.
But also they use tiger sharks because they are predictable.
Yeah, they called them Golden Cove sharks, which is, or Golden Grotto sharks. And there's no such thing. It's those are tiger sharks.
And they were also kind of guiding them because one of the fins was attached to a wire, so they could kind of steer them, but they fucked up with the one that got hit by the harpoon. That's real blood that you see.
Yeah, and by the way, they used what was supposed to be a dead shark in one scene by lowering it in, but in the process of doing it, it caused the other sharks to go into a frenzy.
It was a dead shark. When Connery gets out of the pool and the shark goes after him, that's a stuntman pulling a dead shark on a wire. And
yeah.
Bond but he's getting out of the pool so fast because in the previous scene he was swimming and the shark was coming at him and he didn't realize that there was a gap in the plastic that they used to shield them.
Also,
and people started yelling, and as soon as he realized, he hauled ass out of that pool.
Yeah. Also, very important, the line you hear him say after the shark doesn't get him is actually from another scene that got cut, where he says, better luck next time. Because he actually said something completely different. And I don't know what it is, but he said something different. And again, I love Paul over there at Heavy Spoilers, man. I'm telling you, man, he absolutely has some of the best videos out there. And what's funny is it's not annoying to watch him. I love Minty's videos, except I make fun of him for saying 10 things you didn't know. It's like, I think you should rename that to 10 things maybe you don't know.
And 2 of them are typically not true. Also, his jokes fall flat all the time.
He is terrible at comedy because it's Minty Arts is his thing, and his jokes just aren't funny at all. I've never heard him say a joke that was funny.
Well, going back to Sean Connery and the sharks, I can tell you what his initial reaction was when they prompted the scene to him and told him he would be swimming in a pool with sharks, and he said, "Not bloody likely."
Yeah, not bloody likely.
And
Vic, he absolutely is. Hold on, honey. Vic, absolutely true. I got to respond to some of these comments before Martin takes them down. Absolutely, Minty's videos are always educational. There's always something interesting in there. 90% of it I already know, but I have gleaned about 10% of information I was unaware of from watching Minty's videos. So absolutely his videos are worthwhile, and we do watch them. I watch them and Animal watches them with me, but she's right there going, "Oh, that was terrible. Why would he make that joke? It's not even funny." And so there you go. By the way, first time you get to... This is something they do in this film because this is an echo of the meeting we saw earlier with Spectre, where they're all around a table. This is kind of the same thing. These are all the double O's. And I've always said double O's only make sense up to 9.
Yeah.
And it would be fucking weird to go 0010. Like, what? That was just fucking weird number.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's limited. I do. You do see a couple. There is a woman, by the way.
Yeah, I said that.
00 agent. And it's important to know that that's something done early on that was included in these films all the way back then. These movies were woke in the right way when it comes to certain things. Yeah, there was a lot of sexism involved with it too. But the movies, as you watch, evolve all the way through the 70s.
Well, you could argue where there's a lot of LGBT content that they didn't include in the Bond movies.
Well, there is though, because absolutely, what's her name? The German, when she has the Russian girl who's actually Italian, it's clear she's getting ready to.
And Pussy Galore is a hardcore lesbian.
She is going to do something that's clearly against the rules. And in the book, absolutely hardcore. Those were her girlfriends. Her team.
By the way,
women.
Lotte Lenya is Austrian, Gary, not German. Don't take her away from us.
No, I'm trying to say stuff, but it just keeps getting interrupted. So now I've lost my train of thought. So go on with it, guys. You guys talk for a bit.
Okay, we're talking about Lottie being an Austrian.
No, lesbians is what we were talking about.
Oh,
so I was trying to explain the 2 characters early in the films that were clearly gay. And in fact, the joke with Goldfinger is that he is so heterosexual that his aura turned one straight. And that's what happens in Goldfinger. But there were problems with that movie. And so that's why they did certain things in this film. But then they went the wrong direction by showing him overpowering the girl. So it's like they tried to compensate and they overcompensated and they went too far. And it's something, again, that is done again later, having him use a woman clearly against their will. Where Bond is saying no means yes. And what was another one where a movie did that? Where he brought it up. Paul brought that up. Rocky did that too. With Talia Shire, when she comes to his apartment, he blocks her exit.
Yeah,
And it's like, you know, yeah, it was a different time, but come on, man. You know, don't ever block a woman's exit. If she wants to fucking go, let her go. You know, I only want somebody around me that wants to be around me. So bizarre shit they did. But anyway, this scene is to echo what happened with Spectre earlier on, with all of them sitting around a table. And this time it's again around a table, a curved table, facing M, who is clearly MI5's version of Blofeld. And there you go. One big difference is you also get from this scene is how pompous some of these people are.
They're British.
Such as number 10 after 009.
Yep. In fact, a lot of people don't know this, that pomp, the word pomp, is the beginning of pompous, and it's used to describe a lot of offices having pomp.
And circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
now this is a scene when he exits, he comments and goes, "Funny, I thought I brought a hat." Again, a mystery that goes nowhere. Like, where the fuck did his hat go?
Somebody in chat had a theory that Miss Moneypenny stole it so he would come back and meet with her. I like that.
Well, in the book, Thunderball, there's shit going on between those two. And first, when he goes in the door, he's expecting the hat rack to be in a different position, but it's closer to the door. So he very annoyed, just sets his hat on, and there she is, touching on him. And it's a great illusion. And then he looks, he goes, "Funny, I thought I brought a hat." How else will you recognize her? I'll recognize her by her breasts.
No, by the moles on her thigh. Can't miss.
Yeah, Domino has dominoes. Oh, and he calls her Domino, and she goes, "How do you know my name?" He says, and I thought, are you going to say the fucking moles? I'm like, what's going to happen? I'm watching it the first time. He points downward. I'm like, he's going to say the moles that look like a domino. And he points out she's wearing a bracelet with her name, anklet, with her name on it.
It's what her friends call her. It's not her real name.
By the way, we're being rated.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Reed. Connie, did Connie Cleary come in?
Yes, Connie Cleary is here.
Hi, Connie Cleary.
Monkey Jeebus is here too.
And if I didn't say hi, I want to say hello to Words and Pictures. And of course, Monkey Jeebus. Good to see you. Yes, we're talking about Ghostbusters today, buddy.
Totally.
This is the fan edit.
The censorship for these films are always so weird.
Yeah, I know. Hell in Place. Some of the things they get away with, though. It's sort of like, it's borderline kind of bizarro. Like how the MPAA approved the title of the South Park movie, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Not understanding it was a penis reference. and then later they like, no, we can't do it. It's like, too late. You greenlit us. Get no takesy backsies.
The sad part is for was it Team America, because they had such a nightmare on the South Park movie. They made things for them to cut so they could get the film they wanted to.
Right. By the way, also a good friend of mine is here, and I haven't said hi to him, and that's my buddy Zax. Hi, Zax. Thanks for popping in. I always make it a point if I'm still up, if he's doing one of his fucking middle of the fucking late night, like 0 Dark 30 shows, I'll pop in and say hi to him. And of course, whenever I pop in, I always make the same joke. Oh man, I was over on Tinder and swiped right and ended up in this fucking chat. What the fuck?
That's ridiculous. You're never on Tinder. It's Grinder for you.
Grinder is what he keeps telling me, and all I ever think of is Tinder. I don't know the names of these fucking things or what they look like. I just know there's a swipe right feature, and that's it. I saw somebody else pop in here. Who was that?
Helen Place and the Peter Bergman fan site.
Oh, Vickman's Girl's here too. So hi.
By the way, now I think it's a good moment for the Bakalakadaka Street video. In fact, we should make that the new middle of the stream video. Here we go.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
There you go, Sander.
I agree with you, Monkey Jeebus. With the advancements, they could scan those fucking puppets in and absolutely do it, strings and all. Because you look at what was done on that TV show, Love, Death, and Robots. Because those marionettes of the Chili Peppers are not real marionettes.
Also,
honest, the best Bond girl in this film is barely in the film. She's at the beginning as Mitsuko. I think she's just fucking hot as hell. She's gorgeous too. By the way, she was the overreaction to what happened with Goldfinger, that he beds her, but she doesn't fall for him. She still ends up trying to kill him. And he does get wounded in this. He gets shot in the leg. Bond does.
But the one I really like is the redhead in the middle of the movie.
With Bond, they couldn't decide whether his right or left leg got shot, and the next morning he doesn't even have a bandage on.
Yeah.
Q care.
I cannot not see stuff like that when I watch a movie. I am sorry.
He lives to his life dangerously.
Yep. By the way, I love the character of Fiona, the agent that tries to kill him, played by Luciana Paluzzi.
Yep.
The girl from the health clinic, Patricia, that is Molly Peters. Martina Baswick plays Paula, one of the Bond girls in this film. And of course, Claudine Auger plays Domino.
Paula was my favorite.
I think she's the prettiest in the film.
Claudine Auger.
Overall.
Oh, when it comes to Claudine Auger, she was flown in 2 weeks prior to beginning the shooting because she was ordered to tan to get the island girl look. They called every day to make sure she went out in the sun to get a tan.
Oh, what a sacrifice.
Yeah, right? She said that in an interview. It was more like a vacation than shooting a movie.
Yeah, the final confrontation has a similar thing as Russia with Love. Like the bad guy's Potsley has the upper hand, and then the bad guy gets killed by the love interest.
Bowfinger. Oh my god, dude, I fucking hate that movie, Monkey. I fucking hate Bowfinger with Steve Martin. And God, that movie. A lot of people like that film. I do not like that film.
Steve Martin really hasn't made movies since then. Like that was the last like actual Steve Martin movie.
By the way, I see Slasher Fred is here too. Hi, Slasher Fred.
Yeah.
I think Steve Martin's concentrating more on music now. He comes down here every once in a while, has a concert.
Really? He's a musician? That's
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a master banjo player.
For a moment there.
I thought you were going to say Bader, but...
Yeah. For a moment there.
Well, we're not talking about fishermen. That's where that joke would come in. But I will tell you, I had a teacher named Mrs. Jarkowski that taught science in 9th grade. And she was really fancy and formal when she doled out the report cards. She would put the report cards in a nice ivory colored envelope, and with a calligraphy pen, write everybody's name. And if you're a male or a female, it would be master or mistress. And she doled them out and would call them out as he came up there. And my buddy, God, he died young. He died right out of high school. Rodney Bates got electrocuted. She called his name out, Master Bates. No shit, real life. And yes, she was not fucking aware of what she just said. And the entire class lost their shit laughing. And by the way, he did not get up. She had to walk across the room to give it to him. He was not getting up. Did anyone actually have a teacher called Mrs. Trunchbull? Ooh, that's a horrifying name.
I can top that. My music teacher was called Mr. Powisher. That means Mr. Asswiper.
My first teacher was a bitch. I hated her. She's a grumpy old woman. And her name was Mrs. Cole. It was like a lump of coal. That's right. He did magician and juggling.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my favorite gags is his way back was cat juggling.
I love how he knocks Felix in the gut because he's about to say 007 and he doesn't need that.
Yeah.
How many throws a punch and draws him into the room.
How many Felixes have there been, by the way?
He's the third.
At this point,
he's actually the third one playing him.
And he did play him for 2 films. And he is the only other actor to play the character more than once, other than the guy from Voyage Under the Sea, because he played him twice too. And then Felix Leiter later became a regular with Craig, where they had what's his name?
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, or as he's known better as Commissioner Gordon.
I like him. I wish he was in better things.
He's actually in one film I really like. What was that movie called? What was
Gary? I hate to correct you. He only did Felix Leiter in Thunderball. He didn't play him a second time.
American Fiction.
Okay,
that's the one I like.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, but what's the actor's name again?
Jeffrey Wright.
Hold the Dark was good. The one that was
That's
on
the one.
Was on Netflix.
That's the one I was looking up. Hold the Dark. Holy shit! That shootout in that movie is one of my favorite shootouts in a film.
Yeah,
it's so fucking intense. I showed it to Anna.
Cannot be real.
Gary. Rick Van Nutter only played him once, only in Thunderball.
Then who is the other actor? I thought it was him because he was contracted to come back.
Yeah, but it took too long.
They contracted him.
It took too long because of the legal stuff that was going on. So he didn't get to play him again.
Yeah, he
I'll
is.
Go find this out.
He is in Westworld, Victor, but that show goes off the rails after season 1.
Yeah, he's like Last of Us season 2. I'm like, man, you picked a bad time to get in there.
Yeah, David Hedison, who played him in 2 of the Bond films. He played Felix in Live and Let Die, and then later in License to Kill.
Jeffrey Wright, he played him 3 times.
I thought there was one of the older ones that got to play him, but no, I guess that's it. It's those 2. And David was really good, and David's the one who played Felix when he gets half eaten by the shark.
Yeah.
Ending his career as an agent.
he got eaten by something that didn't agree with him. That note, man, so dark.
Jack Lord was a problem actor. You know, he was up for Captain Kirk, right?
No, didn't know.
Oh, he would have been insufferable.
Too much money, and yes, he would have been insufferable. And Jack Lord was up. He played Felix Leiter in one film, and he thinks he's the fucking cock of the walk, and so it's always a money issue with him.
I'd heard a story about him when this was back when he was doing Hawaii Five-0, and somebody mentioned Jack Lord. Yeah, that's what he thinks of himself. I'm like, okay, that's all I need to know.
But it's sad towards the end because he really did adore his fan base. So he really was kind to his fans, signing. If people requested, he would sign pictures, send them to them, all sorts of things. But later on, when people would reach out to meet him, because he still lived in Hawaii, it was discovered that his wife had to take care of everything for him because he suffered from Alzheimer's, and it was aggressive with him. Well, the first legal stuff happened because I can explain what that was. That was with Mark McCleary or Kevin McCleary. Kevin McCleary caused so many legal problems, and the scene where they take Blofeld and his cat and drop him in a wheelchair down a chimney stack there in England was a go fuck yourself from Ian Productions to Kevin McCleary. And it was in the fucking movie, and it was a direct go fuck yourself from them. We're done dealing with you. And eventually his family, because McCleary died, he was threatening to remake, while he was still alive, he's threatening to remake it again, Thunderball. I'm not kidding you. He was. And they were just done with him in the 90s. And of course, you know, Cubby died, and then Saltzman. Saltzman actually ended up not being part of Eon anymore in the 80s. He fucked up with Cubby Broccoli, and Broccoli cut his throat because he started fucking around with money. It's what ended Harry Saltzman's career. Fucking around with money. Nothing criminal, mind you, but it was pretty close. Yeah, I just talked about this the other day. Not only does it have one of the greatest TV things, I fucking love that show. And I still consider it one of the best procedural cop shows on television from the 60s into the 70s.
Yeah.
They went all the way up to about 80, 81. And it crossed over right into that area with Magnum PI. And Magnum PI mentions him. In fact, Higgins, on one of the last episodes we watched, turns to Magnum. He says, well, didn't you call 5-0? Or 5-0 called? It was something like that in the scene.
He mentions 5-0, yeah.
Yeah, he says 5-0, and it's like, that's funny to me because that's come to mean police, but actually 5-0 in the name of the series was Hawaii was the 50th state. That's what the 5-0 meant. And she's just sitting with this giant, there she takes it off, she takes the ring off.
Oh, by the way, there was another goof because he gets out of the water, gets his fins off, throws them into the sand, walks through the forest onto the street, and wears slippers all of a sudden. Like, what?
Yeah, all of a sudden got slippers on. Like, where'd those come from? I will tell you that even though it's in the trailer, I loved every coffee gag in the new The Naked Gun. I laughed my ass off at those. The coffee gag is the new cigarette? Yes, it is. Joke. And I like the gag. It's an ongoing gag.
Oh, how was Naked Gun 2025?
I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the story. And oh my God, there is clear chemistry between Pam Anderson and Liam Neeson. I mean,
yeah, supposedly they're a thing.
No, they are. They are a thing. They're dating. And I'm like, good for him, man, because he's been playing it solo ever since Amanda died. So this is nice.
Well, if you're gonna get another woman, I mean, it's a pretty good one to get.
It's different. This is why I said it's reminiscent of Leslie Nielsen, and Leslie appears in the film in a photo because that's his dad, and a lot of the characters are the sons of characters from the previous stuff, including ones made up. They're in a room full of photos. They're all kneeling before the photos, like "Thank you, Dad. I love you, Dad." And then it cuts to the guy with O.J. Simpson. He goes, "It's just like it is in the trailer." He does it for real in the movie. I enjoyed the movie. I laughed at a lot of the scenes. Leslie wasn't made for the role, but he and Peter Graves were dramatic actors that really know how to stay in the drama. And so does fucking Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson is always deadly serious in his roles. And that's what ends up making him so funny. And it's not funny if they're aware of the gag. The characters have to be unaware that they're being funny. And this movie does that in spades. So I consider this really a nod to the Leslie Nielsen films. And I only really liked the first movie. The second film was okay. 33 and the third was okay too. The first movie is the only really good film.
So Ricky Gervais was wrong.
About?
Oh, I'm making a joke off, that skit in Life's Too Short where he comes in and he wants to talk about, I want to do situation comedy. And his joke is like, I have a very bad case of AIDS. And they're looking at him like, could you not joke about AIDS? Well, why does he get away with it? No idea.
I know Mark Kermode. I've worked with him. Really nice guy. I don't think it's a great argument, Vic. I know a lot of stuff too. And but anyway, I like Mark. He's a nice guy. But
you can address this one.
Did you ever see the Beaver popcorn bucket? I don't know what is he talking about?
I don't know.
Is there such a thing as this? I just don't know. I've never heard of this. A beaver fucking bucket? I don't know. Oh, are you talking about the backdoor bucket? The beaver backdoor bucket? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, we fucking know what it is.
And we all want one.
$90 you said it was? Oh, that's
yes.
Crazy.
That's how they're making their money now.
We just went over one of the greatest scenes in this movie.
This is the Golden Grotto. This is where he says the name of the shark, and there's no such shark. Those are tiger sharks. I believe that Leslie Nielsen was discovered to be natural at comedy, as was Peter Graves, because they're very good at keeping a straight face. And my problem with Leslie Nielsen is later he became part of the gag and he played it as a gag. And like Dracula Dead and Loving It, I fucking hate that movie. Can't stand that movie. I didn't even like him in Mr. Magoo. I just started finding that Leslie was better in interviews than he was in some of the comedy. He did that superhero one too, the parody film. Terrible.
That was also that was also what Freeberg, the guy that did like Spartans and a bunch of those other really, noun movies. Yeah. That was the dark age.
Hi, Wilkie. And by the way, Read by Nature, thanks for dropping all your audience over here. Appreciate it, man. Forbidden Planet is one of my all-time favorite. We wouldn't have Star Trek without that fucking movie. That's right. Leslie Nielsen was the first Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
Hey, Sin's Corner is here. What's up, Sin?
It is so weird to grow up watching him in Naked Gun and then see Forbidden Planet and just him being completely serious.
I grew up on those.
Reverse.
Yeah.
I grew up on that. I knew him as a dramatic actor. He was on Columbo all the time. He was one of those recurring actors on Columbo.
Yeah,
and because he had a retinue of actors he liked using, and Nielsen was one of them.
Yeah.
And that's what I knew him at, was drama. He's in a fucking horror film. Something to Tide You Over is the story. It's called Creepshow.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. I know for me, watching Airplane for the first time and seeing Leslie Nielsen in there and seeing Peter Graves and knowing them from these serious parts. I had already seen Forbidden Planet and seen a couple of other really kind of deadly serious movies he was in. I knew Peter Graves from Mission Impossible, you know. So to me, it was kind of like the reverse of. It's kind of like the same way, you know, people seeing Matthew Broderick in something like Glory when you only know him from Ferris Bueller.
Right.
You know,
don't expect him to be a legit actor.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is about, Sin, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about Superman today.
Oh,
this is a great
I haven't
comment.
seen it.
Spy Hard. I fucking hate that movie. Love
Didn't
Leslie
see it.
Nielsen. It's another one of those parodies that he was in. They did another parody of the noir films that had what's his name that played one of the judges in Judge Dredd with Stallone, a great Italian actor. Robbie the Robot. I have a Robbie the Robot. I need to get him out because I got one. I paid for one of the working ones. It's really cool. It has the voice and everything. Yeah, the B5 robot, in fact, where's that at, Bill? Is built by the same Japanese prop builder. The guy who built Robbie is the guy who built the B5 robot for Lost in Space. Yeah, Johnny Cash, Shatner. Shatner was a regular, and I talked about this the other day. Patrick McGowan, and Patrick is the only recurring actor who had an agreement with Peter Falk that not only would he guest star on the episode, but he got to direct the episodes that he's in. Dawn's Early Light is one of my favorites that he did. I love that fucking episode.
I like the one where he plays the spy that commits the murder.
That's oh my god, that episode, because he actually says twice,
Be seeing you. Yep.
Great fucking episode. And the thing was always good about Columbo is, unlike the one where you get to watch the figuring out who the mystery is and find out who the killer is at the end, you see the killing, who did it, and what you watch the rest of the episode is how Peter Falk's character Columbo pieces it together in front of you and figures out what we already know. I love that. I always love that.
Well, yeah, it's intrigue. It's basically the precursor to a lot of the shows where a character's a criminal. You know, Breaking Bad's basically a Columbo without Columbo in it.
Yeah. Oh, here you go, Vic. Good one. I'm glad you brought that up. Big fan of Carl Urban's Dredd. Fucking love that movie. But for some reason, it's one of those bad films that I like. I still like Judge Dredd with Stallone. I have problems, so many problems with that fucking movie. I really do. I fucking, good God, taking the fucking helmet off pissed everybody off. And there's this debate between Stallone and the studio. Studio says he decided that because he wanted you to see his face. And Stallone argued later, said that the studio forced him because he felt that you needed to see his face. Who's telling the truth?
I go 50-50 on that, because the problem Stallone's always had is when his ego gets out of control, that's when he makes mistakes.
Well, he's admitted it too. He said, I'd like to go back in time and kick my own ass, like Jim Carrey did in Liar Liar. Leslie Nielsen has to be seen as a great comment. Yeah. Nielsen is such a great fucking actor. He's a character actor, by the way. You know, there are actors that are movie stars, and there are actors who are very good at what they do, but they're always playing character actors. They're playing characters that are memorable. He's one of those guys. Leslie Nielsen, a great character actor. Gallagher is another one, character actor.
Yeah. I do kind of wish we could get another Columbo style character, but I just think that most
Well, if you didn't know, they were trying to. You know, they were trying to. There was a contest, and what is her name? It's that new show that acts like Columbo, but it's not.
Poker Face or whatever it's called.
Poker Face. Here's what happened. So this is through CBS. Or is it NBC that owns the right? I forget. Is it Universal that owns the right? I can't remember. But anyway, she and Mark Ruffalo were the two. They were looking at to be the new Columbo. And that's what they were going to do, is revive Columbo with a new Columbo. And Mark Ruffalo and what the fuck is her name? Oh my God, I swear to God, it's going to come into my head. Natasha Lyonne, from American Pie, plays the part. She's also in a new film. She's in the new Fantastic Four film. There's the chick that likes Ben Grimm. Anyway, so and I gotta tell you, I kind of like her. I don't like gender big roles, but I'm like, she's got the mannerisms. She could do it. But a guy named Ryan fucking Johnson steps in, throws everything off the table. Says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a story with a girl with a magical power to read people. That's not a magical power. A lot of people have that. A lot of good cops have that. And I'm going to make her not a cop or a detective. She has no authority to do anything. And she's going to solve crimes. And I immediately said, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of. Not a cop or a detective.
And you could make a quirky woman, but then you'd have feminine qualities and it wouldn't be Columbo. Columbo's a very masculine character.
Well, they've done it over and over again. They did it again with the
Mrs. Columbo with Kate Mulgrew.
Well, Mrs. Columbo, it flopped.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about modern Columbo shows with women. They've done it 3 times. Poker Face is only one of them. The other one is when she comes up from Baltimore. She's from another show, but made by David E. Kelly, and reprises her character, and she's now working for the police up in New York. And Anima and I watched part of the first season of it. It started out okay, and then it went to crap. Went to just stupid crap. And that's another fucking Columbo ripoff. They keep trying to reboot, and at least they're trying to do it originally without doing Columbo. But it's clearly fucking Columbo.
You know, that makes
me sad. By the way, the name of this club is Kiss Kiss. And of course, the name of the Bond song that was originally written for this film, sung by Shirley Bassey, is Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And this was the Kiss Kiss Club. And this is the scene where she gets fucking taken out by her own sniper. Bond turns her into the bullet and puts his hand right over the wound because he knows right where the guy's shooting her.
If you get a chance, there's an actual comics a guy did, and there's even like a fan dub of it, where it's Fraser, Crane, and Niles commit murder, and then Columbo busts them, and it's great.
I'd like that. That's actually sounds fucking cool. That'd be funny.
It is. I'll link it to you after.
So at the end of every episode, Wallace, the villain would go, "Con!" Got to get William Shatner on there so he can do it, and it would be fucking funny. I've heard that the new Naked Gun is good. It's good. It's not great. But it's good. I think it'll make some money. I don't think it's going to beat out Superman or any of those other films that are doing really well, but I think it'll make its money. What's this? But it looks a bit wokish. No, because I've got fucking woke radar, and spot things very quickly, and I didn't get the alerts didn't go off. Pam Anderson's a lot of fun in it. Absolutely, they love to show her tits and her lady's shape. There's even a gag in the film about it. I love the
how much is there with CCH Pounder? She plays the chief. Because I always associate in my head, this is a sequel to The Shield. She just sent.
So, hold on, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Okay.
There are 2 scenes with her where I fucking belly laughed because of her character being so fucking serious in the show. And she goes, "Don't you wake my husband up." And you realize they're in bed and he's in her bedroom. Not Leslie Nielsen. Liam Neeson is trying to explain things. So he's trying to talk really quietly. And then later, there's an even bigger payoff of "Don't you wake my husband up" when he's with her walking along with his sleep mask on, and she's holding him up as they're walking along. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, that's a great gag. It's just so fucking dumb, and it's funny. I've always liked CCH, man. She's a good actor. I liked her in that show you brought up, The Shield. I liked her in that show. It was a good show.
And she's the best Amanda Waller.
Oh, yeah. Way better. The only thing I hate about the new piece, because I'm not a fan of Peacemaker, don't think that I am, but I fucking love Eagly. And I love that they're giving him his own storyline this season.
Was it where Michael Ruckert's a shaman who's after him for some reason?
No, it's Amanda Waller's daughter is a stupid fucking character. The way it's designed, she's fat and woke. It's like, yeah, that's Amanda Waller's daughter.
I'm amazed Amanda Waller even has children.
Amanda Waller's daughter should be borderline psychotic because of the way she'd been raised. Not a fucking woke fat bitch, just dumb.
Yeah, Amanda Waller would raise her child to be as vicious, if not more vicious, than her.
We are gonna do that movie, Vic. We're gonna do Darkman. I like that first movie for what it's worth. I did enjoy that film.
Take the fucking elephant.
Yeah, when he fucking starts going psycho, man, it's fucking great. I started watching Peacemaker and I had to fast forward to, there's so much stuff that's just not worth it. And I do the same thing. I speed it up at the minute it gets to Eagly, I go back to normal speed 1. And I love Eagly, man. And I'm so happy that he's going to get his own story. He's got his own supervillain trying to kill him, played by Michael Rucker.
Though I wish
this is Quentin Tarantino's favorite scene.
You can't see the feet.
You know why?
Yeah.
No, now you can see the feet.
He's got to suck her feet. He's got to suck on it. She says, Yeah, I bet fucking Quentin Tarantino made that same sound watching that scene.
But yeah. James Gunn needs to stop having stories about shitty fathers. Even Suicide Squad, the entire crux of it is that you're a terrible dad. Go prove that you're not.
Yeah, I fucking hate that movie. The one Gunn did. I fucking hate it. Everything about it, I hate it. And I got mad that Peacemaker killed Flag. Oh, it was fuck you, man. What a piece of shit movie. I don't like Gunn. A lot of people I've had so many fights with Keith over this. I don't fucking like it.
I liked Ratcatcher too. She was a nice person. Like the only nice person in that movie.
Yeah, she was likable. Yeah.
Which one?
But I mean,
Ratcatcher 2.
The girl. The one who controls the rats.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And King Shark.
Hand.
By the way, in this scene, this is where supposedly when they show the close-up of Bond putting the sunglasses on, there is a drop going down his cheek where they're saying that his empathy for her was so strong over her brother's killing. that he actually shed a tear.
Also, notice she is black and white now. In the beginning, she used to wear black only. Now she's black and white, and in the end scene,
It's
she's
showing
wearing
you
a
the
white
change in
swimming
her
suit,
moral
like
position.
they did with Luke
Yep.
Skywalker. I
Yep.
like that.
The Shadow is a fun movie. I wish it had been better, but we will be doing it. But we're going to be doing that one, and we will be doing the Wolfman 2010, but in black and white.
Thank you.
Because I'm telling you, if you watch The Shadow, and if you watch Wolfman 2010 with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins and Emily Blunt in black and white, it's fucking great. It changed my perspective because I didn't think it was all that good a film. Then I watched it in black and white, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
They need to actually adapt The Shadow to either TV or the screen because the actual
Well, they've
character in
always
the
gotten it
pulps,
wrong.
Yeah.
Only the books got them right, and the magazine short stories. They got him right. All the radio programs did him wrong because he was armed and he was dangerous. And not in the radio shows. Radio shows his voice, disembodied voice.
He's the Punisher Batman because Batman ripped him off, and Sherlock Holmes all in one. Like his agents alone. Because he realizes I can't do this shit all alone. He's not a loner. He has an entire network of informants, and he keeps expanding it.
Yep. I'm going to add this video again so everybody can see the scene that annoyed Anima.
It didn't annoy me. It made me laugh because it was so absurd.
Oh, it won't let me do that one, so I'm going to have to delete this one. Upload another video.
It's just because Sean Connery is that hot that the water just evaporates off him instantaneously.
It's just, of all the goofs in this movie, this is the one that jumped out at me most.
Basically, if you turned on heat vision, the area around his groin would be very bright yellow and red.
But that's bad for his sperm, though. What? You don't want your balls to get hot like that.
I don't think he's
Ladies
very
and gentlemen,
preoccupied by that.
Now you know why I'm in love with this girl, because she's just said one of the single most fucked up things ever said on this channel.
You don't want hot balls. Jesus Christ.
There it is.
And it's dry.
And it's
and it's dry.
I had to go back and watch it again because it was so goofy.
That's how hot his sperm is.
Watch
My
this.
fiance.
I don't
Let's
know.
get back to the chat.
Maybe Scottish sperm are immune to heat. I don't know.
I got to tell you, I thought Billy Zane was a good choice for the Phantom. Looked good in the costume, but the movie was awful. Treat Williams is good in it too. Movie is so fucked up. Look, when they show a horse running at the same speed as a fucking biplane, I was checked out of that fucking movie.
Yeah, we almost had as the Phantom. Bruce Campbell.
I don't know. I don't know if I would have liked that. And I like Bruce.
Well, yeah, it's just he was in the running. He didn't get it, obviously, but he got close.
I think that physically,
the
Billy
voice.
Zane was right for the part.
And the voice. Bruce's voice wouldn't match the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, his voice is snarky sounding. He's a lot like Norm Macdonald has a voice that always sounds like it's being sardonic.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, again, the song Thunderball makes no fucking sense.
None at all. No.
It's an absurd song. Like Thunderball. What the fuck is Thunderball?
Yeah.
What do you mean Thunderball? What does Thunderball do? Why is it? Oh, it's fucking it's funny.
It shouldn't it be like Thunderballs if you're referring to like the nukes
Well,
they still
according
because they
to
still two
IMDb,
nukes.
IMDb
Thunderballs
says, yeah,
would have
that's what
made
the
more
military
sense.
uses to describe the thing that makes the nuke makes. That mushroom-shaped cloud. But I've never heard that before.
Yeah, that would be Thunderballs.
Yeah, he tried Sirius, and his career did not take off. And what he found is he developed a hell of a fan base, and that fan base could help save a show until they finally made an Evil Dead TV series. And because it was behind a paywall, the fans didn't show up. But then they got upset when the show got canceled. And certain people, our good friend Susan, working for the French a horror magazine.
Fangoria.
Wrote, not Fangoria, the French one. Rue Morgue. Rue Morgue. She wrote the article saying that if you wanted this show to succeed, you should have shown up. Criticizing the fan base. She got a lot of hate mail and threats. I shit you not. That made me mad.
I love the end of this fight because they just have the one guy surrounded, and it's like a police holdup, but you can tell no one can talk to each other. So I'd love to see the scene after just going.
The fuck are you talking about?
Wait, oh god, Robert Patrick better not have passed away. Or you're gonna kick your ass.
Who? Robert Patrick? No, he's not dead. The devil says he doesn't want him in hell. He's too much trouble.
No, he's asking.
Yeah, I'm not aware of it, Bill. I'm not aware of it. I haven't seen it. Here, I'll look it up real quick.
Right now?
Wallace. Yeah, the Shadow. The first version of it was they had a mystery radio show, and the host was the Shadow, and then they hired Walter Gibson to actually flesh the character out.
Yeah, he's still alive,
Yeah.
at least according to all news and the official page.
Robert Patrick is in better shape than me. He'll die when he's damn good and ready to.
There you go.
I mean, the physicality he does in Terminator 2 because he made sure he wasn't sweating or blinking during those chases, which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ash doesn't go anywhere without that boomstick. Go ahead, dude. I was trying to show that one.
Yes. This was a clarification here.
Yeah.
Okay. Important distinction to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes back in Visions or something, right?
Well, they're doing multiverses, so there's a good chance he's still alive in the Gunverse that he goes to.
Hello, Tree Rock.
And that's not a spoiler because that damn Peacemaker trailer only shows Peacemaker meeting Peacemaker and fighting Peacemaker, so...
Yeah, I like that he pops that flare and they come down and get him.
Yep. And the entire chase scene, the end, there is so much sped up rear screen projection, and even the boats, you can tell that they just sped the footage up.
It was really annoying how they shot that stuff.
Yep.
It's one of the worst parts of the film is the final fight scene. The action looks good, but the rear screen projection is goofy as hell.
Yeah, and they even speed up Bond fighting, which is weird because it looks fine.
Hi, Tree Rock. Eastland Burkholder is here too. And of course, I've already spoken to Penny, but hi, Penny. Keely Chow is here too. What's up, buddy? What's really fun to me sometimes is being friends with people on Facebook from the group and being friends with their real names. Like our Muslim uncle. It's birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Muslim uncle. I am friends with him personally on Facebook. Now I won't say his name because I don't think he wants his name out there.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is. That is absolutely the actual boat that you see at the end is a separate boat with mock-ups built on it to look like the full yacht. And the same thing goes for the back end. The back end section, because when you watch that scene, all of that scene is out on the water except for anytime you've got a medium close-up of the back end of that boat where they're still fighting. That is actually built on a platform at is it Elstree Studios or Elstree, right? Not Pinewood.
I
Is it
think
I
so,
think it's
yeah.
Pinewood.
Pinewood.
Pinewood, yeah.
Is it the back end or the back door,
Oh
Gary?
my God.
You're on the show, so
how
no.
harsh on that scene. But yeah, that watching that fight scene, knowing they got an Oscar for the best visual effects, I'm like, okay.
I could see it for this underwater fight because that's actually relatively well done, even though you can kind of tell it's a tank.
Yeah, it's the miniature. The miniatures for this were really good.
Actually, the drawn out underwater scenes pissed a lot of people off because they felt they were too long. But the director
Yes,
loved scuba diving, so he
it
wanted
wa-
all the underwater action.
It was too long. If you liked it,
And of course,
well,
for any
good for
backdoor
you.
reference, you get this one.
Why?
That's some James
No.
Bond backdoor action.
No, man, no. No, that's wrong.
That's backdoor Bond for you.
Who does number 2 work for?
That's the only shame with Austin Powers because it was such a successful parody that they felt they couldn't go back to classic Bond anymore.
Yeah. Though you still kind of have it with Goldmember.
He likes gold.
And that was a bridge too far with a lot of people. That character was a bridge too far for a lot of people. That and Fat Bastard. Those two characters turned off a lot of the audience. And like Goldmember eating his own skin is just gross. And Fat Bastard being so grossly, absurdly fat and telling Mini-Me to get in my belly.
I love Fat Bastard.
And then he went off the rails with the Love Guru because no one could tell Mike Myers no. Except the box office.
My baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back. Yeah, that's Fat Bastard.
Mike Myers just wanted to be every character in the movie.
So I thought I'd show this. I did get 2 challenge coins in my life because I didn't actually try to get any when I was in the military. This is my airborne one I got from working with Del Dye. And then this is my UAP Crossfire challenge coin made by Cobra Commander for working with KGRA and the work I've done for KGRA.
Anybody knows anything about this?
What, didn't the original Pinewood Studios burn down in the late? Yeah, because Shining. And but it wasn't the entire thing, but part of it did burn down. And that was while they were shooting Empire Strikes Back. They were shooting on the same studio lot. Can we at least have a classic women from Classic Bond? I guess not. I sure hope so. Look, Steve Knight is, I know this guy's name because I like the work he's done. Peaky Blinders. He created Peaky Blinders and wrote a lot of it. Steve Knight's a very good writer, not great everything. He also did Taboo with Tom Hardy, which is another hardcore fucking show. Yep. I like him. I like the way he writes women and the way he writes men. He is now the official writer hired for MGM Amazon's James Bond. I'm not excited about the director because I saw what he did to Dune when he did Dune 2. Dune 1 I accepted, but Dune 1 is now rejected because of what he did with Dune 2.
Yeah.
He destroyed the Paul Atreides and Chani characters completely, fucked them up.
Yeah.
Where you've lost me. I don't give a shit about your Dune universe anymore. Not going to watch anything else because you cannot fix what you fucking did. I was okay with the first one, even though I did not like that they had Fremen who branched off that were atheists. And I'm like, if you're a Fremen, you are a religious zealot.
And they would have killed the atheists.
They would have.
Yeah,
they would have allowed that.
Yeah, mercilessly. The whole point with Paul is that everyone falls for it, including himself. And it's only after trillions of people have died and they've extinguished every other religion that they sit back and realize, oh boy, I think we fucked up.
You know,
may
Paul
have
Atreides
gone a little overboard.
Them is, of course, fulfillment of their prophecy.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, Paul Atreides would be the equivalent like Obama.
Hey, I like this comment.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I
Absolutely.
can't see it. What?
Bill
Oh,
Buffett
Michael
says-
Shannon. It's
that-
Jaws.
Okay.
They wouldn't have it
Fuck
because
yeah.
they avoided all the more high concept stuff during the Craig era because they want to be more realistic Bond, even though Bond is not a realistic character. He's a very heightened character. Important difference. He's a pulp character, literally. He's of the era of novels where people would write out Satan was a lesbian. That's a real book.
Oh my god! All right, image. I want to share an image here. There it is. This is Largo's boat in Never Say Never Again, the remake.
Okay, I'm pausing and okay. Nice.
And I thought this is a nicer yacht than what they used in Thunderball.
Yes, it is.
So that's the one from Never Say Never Again, the remake with Sean Connery.
No, but if you're doing Bond right, like to novels, it's basically a hard R movie. With
By the way, she was tortured.
Yeah.
Who was?
He tortured her. He had he was burning her and then putting ice on the burns directly. Over and over again.
Yeah. No, well, I don't know in the book, but in the movie, they have only time to make one session, and she has one burn.
Are you talking about Domino?
Yes. Yeah, Domino. So if they had followed the book, this is a great moment where Leslie Nielsen should have been in the scene, where when he comes into the room to tell Bond, I'm sorry, Domino got really injured and we had to send her to we had to send her to the hospital. And then Bond goes, hospital? What's that? And he would go, it's a place for sick people.
But that's not important right now.
But that's not important right now. So there you go. There's your Leslie Nielsen joke for this episode.
One of my favorites of his is I haven't had this much sex since I was a Scatmaster. I was dating a lot back then.
One of the funniest fucking jokes in the new film is where George, what is his name? That played his partner in the Leslie Nielsen movies. George Kennedy. His son in the film is a great actor, by the way. I love that guy. He also plays Mole Man in the new Fantastic Four film. And he's one of the best parts of Mole Man. He's one of the best parts of the film. He plays his partner in this, and he's trying to keep an eye on what's going on with Liam Neeson. And he's at a bar, and he's supposed to be serving beer. He's got binoculars, and everybody keeps coming up, and wanting beer, and he says, "Here, take the beer, go." And he's giving beer away, and people are like coming up, and then finally you see kids coming up, and he's just handing them beers, children beers. And then finally at the end of it, it's him sitting there with a bunch of kids drinking beer, and I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, this movie is so not PC."
Good.
I'm like, that's why I said this movie is not woke. They fucking showing him drinking beer with children. I'm like, that is fucked up funny. And then, oh my god, when they get to this, I don't want to tell you. Never mind.
No,
Never mind.
please don't. I really want to see the movie.
You see the movie, but when they're going to pull a sting, that's all I'm going to say. The reveal of the sting is one of my favorite moments, and it's reminiscent of the Mission Impossible stuff.
They keep reusing the same exact footage for anytime it's the vehicle driving, when it's like behind a person.
By the way, one of my least favorite things in some of the early Bond films was the use of that fucking theme that John Barry created and overused.
Oh my
god. I fucking hate that theme.
The music in this movie annoyed me so much because it's so repetitive. It's like
he does it in
2 bars of music and keeps repeating.
He did the same thing in From Russia with Love during that fight scene with the gypsies. Yeah, but that is one scene. That is one scene. In this movie, it's every fucking action scene that he's repeating it over and over. By the way, since you mentioned From Russia with Love, we have an actress in this movie who played a Bond girl twice because she was one of the fighting gypsies in From Russia with Love. That's right. She is in both films.
Martine,
right. I want to point out, and this is really important, that Adolfo Celi, who plays Largo, is doing an action scene with a fucking eye patch on.
Yeah.
That is the last fucking. I hope that was a see-through fucking patch, because your depth perception is gone, and Jesus Christ, you can really connect when you're doing this shit. And he's getting ready to throw a hell of a punch, a haymaker, right at fucking Connery's head.
This is one more brilliant fight scene in a very tight space.
I like those tight space fights, and I like it when they're sloppy because that's more real.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good fight scene with some good choreography, but I like a little slop in my fights because it's more realistic.
And there she goes. Shot him with a harpoon.
And by the way, that's a trope I hate, but this is the 60s, so it's not that old a trope. But I am not a fan of the guy thinking he's about to die, and then someone behind the villain kills the villain, shoots the villain. And it's usually a woman, by the way.
And it's usually because she has the time because the villain is throwing a monologue.
Well,
I absolutely use it in Vindicated because it's a famous trope, and I threw it in just for that reason.
Rachel saving Deckard.
There you go, perfect example because that's
Dread
what popped in my head.
Goldfinger, same pussy galore.
Yep.
Dread when he says wait.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is so overdone when they're racing the boat, trying to not hit the shore.
I like it with Harrison Ford in Blade Runner because he actually goes, oh, and he looks thinking he's been shot, and then instead you see that big blast go through Leon's head, and he goes, and then falls over dead. Fuck yeah. I love this fucking boat just for this one thing, the hydrofoils.
What?
That was a new thing.
Yeah, but you have betrayed me. You love fast cuts on fights?
No.
No, you don't.
I like seeing the action. The first Taken and the first Born Identity did it right. Those fast cuts ruin the action scenes because it's telling you that they didn't want to take the time to show the action and train.
And if
by the way, once again, where's the German? Where'd he go?
Where's the nuclear scientist? Why is
he was
not
eaten by sharks. The sharks ate him.
Okay, I preferred it when you said sharks.
Sharks. Fuck off.
Sharks.
Fuck off.
See, now she's dressed all in white. Now she's good.
Yep. And now she's virginal and ready for some bonding.
He's going to paint the rest of her white.
Nobody. I fucking just said she's ready for some bonding. Jesus
I
Christ,
reacted.
Yeah.
Nobody
Got
heard.
fuck
It
you
was
guys.
so funny, I forgot to laugh, Gary.
Hey man, nobody's made that fucking Bond joke. Not even fucking Paul over on Heavy Spoilers, man. Again, we want to thank Paul for just putting together such great videos. And he is really one of the best places to go. If you love James Bond movies, fucking go check out any video he's done with breakdowns over on Heavy Spoilers. Please share that link again.
I guess you would say this is a bonding experience.
I prefer Keith Suburban. He's not as good as an actor as Keith Urban because he's a suburban.
Please stop.
No, I don't want to.
Gary's
ears are
punishment will continue.
My ears are hurting.
Oh, punishment. Good one. Good one, Schnotsky.
That's my go-to whenever anyone's doing too many puns. They go, "Don't make me punish you."
This, I want to welcome everybody to Pop Culture Minefield, the streaming show that has verbal sex with their audience. Hope you enjoyed
Oh God.
No, it just means we fuck up a lot.
it. We fuck
That
up, we
too.
fuck down. Let me explain to you how important this is. You should be making this face when we're done. I'm telling you, there's no way they did that scene and not know that looks like he's having sex. So
I don't
dumb.
even understand the function
Bacon,
of that machine.
not
to begin
stirred.
The machine makes no sense.
with. None
Why
at all.
would anybody create something like that has something that goes over that could kill you? You know, I'm going to
Also,
make a body steamer for you to heat up that can go over 200 degrees.
Yeah.
Nobody would create that. It's so fucking crazy.
I get stretching the spine, but not like that. By moving back and forth all the time. That's bad.
Yeah. That's fucking weird. No, if you're doing that, it would be a slow traction. And they do that with me. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm in physical therapy because of my spine. And I'm having a lot of trouble. And so, in particularly, what he focuses on right now is my cervical spine. And he does this thing where he's manually pulls on my neck and trying to stretch my neck out. And I always feel so good that day. And then I feel like shit for about 3 days afterward from it. But he's a very good therapist. He's an actual doctor. You know, he's a medical doctor who does physical therapy. And he does manipulation. He's been doing a thing, trying to push, because what ends up happening, because of the way my neck works and the way my spine is compressing from the degenerative disease that's affecting not just the bone, but it's also impacting the cartilage. And so he's been doing all this stuff. And the other thing he does is he takes his elbow in particular. He'll start with the ball of his hand and get to his elbow, pushing my first rib down because it's displaced because of my spine. And I'm actually touching it right now. I can actually I'm touching my spine and it's sore to the touch. So, I mean, I love the fast cuts in this movie during the climax. Problem with the fast cuts is I think it makes, this is, and I'm being technical here for you, Gambit, and I hope you understand what I'm saying, is that it really is ruined, not by the action, but by the fact that they chose to do it on a projected screen, and it looks awful. They should have been out in the water and had somebody guiding the boat, and they're in a mock, you know, they're not the ones in the actual cabin, but they have a window so you see it out there. And they could have done that, and they absolutely should have done it. Sure, they could have sped it up a little bit. But I hate that, rear projection screen stuff. It looks awful. There is a scene in the film where it's used. And do you have that on the film script, Martin? Where
Nope.
the duplicate shows up and shoots the other guy?
French pilot.
Her brother.
I think it was in the slideshow.
The way they pulled that off was really clever, but it's obvious when you look at it that the actor opens the door, but on the other side of the door is rear screen projector. And they project the image of him, the same actor, shooting the guy opening the door. And the way
Not
you can tell
shooting him.
is,
He's knocking him out with gas.
yeah, whatever that was. He's got a gun, and he shoots gas at him. So he was shooting him with gas. There,
That's
I
how he
win the
kills the
argument.
other people on the plane too.
Shot
I
gas.
win.
I'm gonna use
He
that
shot
term.
gas at him. There you go. I win. So anyway, you can tell it's projected because the contrast is different, and that's how you spot rear screen projection. It's the contrast that fucks it up. That white light, daylight, looks great on film, but when you do rear screen projection to it, the contrast is off, so it looks like projected light, not real light. And it's one of the things I don't like. It changes when you do front screen projection. It looks more natural. And example of front screen projection, 2001: A Space Odyssey. The scene with the fucking apes at the beginning. All the backdrops are done front screen. Superman with Christopher Reeve. That was front screen projection, where he's in front of the screen and the camera, the projector is right next to the camera. So the projected light on the screen bounces right back into the lens of the camera, and it has a more natural look. It's good shit on those movies. But anyway, not a fan of rear screen because you lose opacity and contrast. I've got Thunderball on DVD, as a matter of fact. It's good. Those are my three favorite Connery films. Not a fan of the other ones. Dr. No is okay. I thought some was kind of goofy. Not a fan of the Asian James Bond makeup thing. You Only Live Twice. I think was the name of that. Not a fan of that film. Not a fan of Diamonds Are Forever at all. In fact, if you go over on Toxic Tuesday, you will hear me mock the shit out of it. And that was absolutely done as a cash grab by Connery. He was no intention of coming back. He wanted to get that money he felt they owed him. And that's how he did it.
Hey guys,
Terrible movie.
I need to get going. I have family
Yeah,
stuff tomorrow
me
and
too.
it's past midnight.
And like the movie, we should just end.
I can't get to the videos, so I don't know what to do here. There.
Why?
No, it's not letting me go to the videos. Yeah. So if you want to end the show, somebody else has to
Yeah,
click the titles because I can't do it. StreamYard's acting up on me.
Dun 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 dun
Okay.
dun 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 dun
So,
dun dun
We will
I
all
am with
say bye-bye, everybody. Hello, everybody. Have good bye-bye. I will tell everybody bye one by one, and then Martin can hit the end theme.
Oh,
Everybody
my
needs
God.
to be able
Yes,
to
I
say
will do.
let-
Just shut up.
Let everybody say their byes first. So Gambit, 1987, Read by Nature. Martin wrote it twice. I don't know why. Sander Hammerschlag, Victor. I'm not going to try to say your last name. I'm sorry.
Ugbola.
Words and Pictures, Bill Barclay, Papa Goss, Wallance Lane. Is that right? Wallance Lane, Connie Cleary, Zax, FK's 2005, also known as Tim, Monkey Jeepus, our good friend, Peter Vickman, fansite, also known lovingly to us as Vinkman's Girl, Sin's Corner, Helen Place, Slasher Fred, and Wilkie's Movies and Mucus. I think you meant to say
Music.
Music movies.
Mucus. Eastland Burkholder, Penny, Keely Chow, Tree Rock Creations. And is that it? That is it? That's it. All right, guys. We will see you later. Everybody say bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.